Hello, hello. Good time of day, everyone. So, I'm going to be picking up a little bit of the Dungeon Crawler, just because I want to do a little bit of casual programming. At least get something in there to call it game-like instead of a demo. Without further ado, let me hit the button. Okay. Oh, I should actually get into the folder and... Okay. Does this still capture? No. 1 second. I should have tested this. Oop. There we go. So right now it is still the simple Dungeon Crawler. I mean, technically, walls are a suggestion, which is kind of funny. I can easily enough, I guess that would be the first thing on the list. Go in here and make sure that you can actually get stopped by walls. The other thing I wanted to do was put in some sort of basic combat system. I mean, really basic. I'm just going to have roll damage and fight enemies. Nothing more complex than that. Just give it enough skeleton that I can grow off of it. Probably just going to keep it single party member at the moment because anything more gets complicated. Also, I really should change that fade out in the back. Anyways. So, as stated before, this is currently just a lot of trickery. All that's being done right now is that it's taking the player location and is effectively casting a 9x9 grid on there and checking to see if there is a wall. Now, the walls are colored just so I can visually debug it faster and make sure that everything's displayed in the right order, which it is. May change that in a hot minute because it's annoying. The other thing on there would be to add what do I want to call it? Would be to add doors and staircases embedded into walls. And I have a real cheap way to do that, which is basically make a sprite for every possible location it could be at, which honestly is just 8, and 1/3 of them are a copy of another third of them. So that's not much legwork to do. Now, let's just get in here and add a little bit of collision. So this is the monster that displays it. It's so disgustingly hard-coded, but kind of needs to be. The real monster is how it gets the projection and then puts it into the dungeon view. And let me just check. Is this copying over that data? Good, it's copying over that data. Because, okay, I'm going to bring out the base sprite. So I have two options. I can I could do the same one and make every dungeon tile be its own little struct and have like, ooh, oops, I need to turn off smoothing. Okay, we'll have this chunk. It'll be block move. Then in this chunk down here, it'll be oops. Tile texture. Then like down here we could have door and door connection. Because I probably will just do SMT rooms where it's a single room. Also, late hello, because I don't know how to stream. Okay. And this can be staircase. And connecting floor. Connecting cord. Port the spell around. And facing direction. And we can all put this into a nice little structure. Or we could do the second option, which is make it a giant int and have a bunch of masking. And given that we are running on a 64-bit system, we have 64 ints, which means we have probably enough to cover our coordinates buried in here. We probably have enough that we could put in like what texture type it is. And then I just do all the masking later and also which ways to face to enter it. And I'll call it a day at that, because that's all I need. So, first bit is if it's a wall or not, and that's... Well, actually, I don't even need that anymore. Because technically, I'll have a direction in here in some way. But we'll get to that in a minute. First, I want a collision. Okay, I am going to do it the old-fashioned way. Int. You know, why add more to it? No, I should make this C++. So I'm putting this here because it doesn't have to initiate it into this method. That's literally the reason. It becomes a global variable, which isn't so much a bad thing, because I could use it to be in other methods that are involved in this, yada yada. I'm using it to save picoseconds. Actually, let's do this the disgusting way. Look at that. Absolutely disgusting. It probably optimizes it better than me. Anyways, so we're going to just do bop, bop, bop. We have all this. Now we're going to make a function. You could be in top level. Top level is where I want to keep all the major logic, i.e. why it's top level. Bool can move int x, int y. And check if... int facing equals -1, which I'm going to say is doesn't care, won't care about it for a while. Check if can move. Right now, I guess we don't need facing. No, I guess we do. Technically, you can move it from the other side of a wall, but right now, just anything blocks. And then we're just going to return inverted. Want to see if I have all the stuff on here. Oh, I'm just iterating through... Okay, I have it hard-coded. I'm going to take a quick run and change this into being a dungeon map. variable. So into construct headers, we're going to be... no, I'm going to possibly have this be changed later. No, it would be better if I have this just be a constant across everything. So const expr so that it is basically a define. Dungeon height equals 5. Const expr. Oh, it needs to have int. My bad. Dungeon width equals 5. And now I can do silly things like this. If this is an int, it's going to throw a fit. Well, it should. No, wait, actually, I am incorrect. This is fine. It's when I try to pass these as a default variable, it kind of doesn't like it. And the const expr says that it's a constant that is going to be set at creation. Anyways, going to get in here. Going to take the width. Going to find all those disgusting hard-coded 5s. Make them this. Oh yeah, view index is fine. Okay. I had to think, wait, is view index actually being used to anything? View index is using for the, well, view. Okay, and I have to have this -1. Oh no, that's height. This is width -1. -1. Height -1. The joys of off by 1 in math. And this is very wet code. I don't care. It is an instance of I don't care. It's going to get the job done. -1. Can you guess the value? -1. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. I'm going to recompile it and see that I screw everything up and see what happens. Aha. I forgot to put that in there. Okay, right now, let's just go back into here. You know, this isn't exactly what it is. Check. Move X. Bop. Bop. Check. Move Y. Bop. 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 If, check... what I call it, can move. And this is going to, yeah, this is going to return. Player X equals can move X, or check move. Player Y equals check move Y. Else play wall collision. Because every dungeon crawler needs its wall collision stuff. It is a funny thing, and I like seeing it. But we are still going. We don't have anything set up yet for actual wall collision. Boop. Go back in here. Actually, I think I will put in here, hit wall. Slash in. Cool. So, back at top level. Return not. What is this called? Dungeon layout. Cool. X plus Y times dungeon width. Very simple. Now then. Well, we aren't going through the walls. Except maybe there. Interesting. Oh, wait, that said fell out. Let me... Oh, no, I am seeing the hit the wall. Okay, it's just I have so much output I can't really tell. I can move backwards. Oh, do I have two different things? I have two different things. Aha. That's why. So, once again, very wet code. Don't do this. Well, no, actually, I will say, do this in moderation. Because I think making the proper thing would be a lot more just silly. Okay. Yep, now I can't back up through walls. We are... You know, the funny thing is I can easily enough make illusionary walls. Because if I have collision set up to be like 1 bit at the start, but I have the rest of the things... Wait, am I going through the wall here? Yeah, why am I going through the wall here? I'm lost. Well, like, Etrian Odyssey had strafing and all that. It's a very useful thing. Okay. I'm going to nuke some of this debug code. Because it offends me. And instead I'm going to put in more debug code, which doesn't offend me. Also, you can get really mean and have turning cost a like map move action. Like it won't give you an encounter, but the FOEs will get a move. I don't think Etrian Odyssey does that because that's very mean, but I could easily see it being put in there. Okay. Checking. Like, what would I want for this one? I just almost want to make like a 7-day roguelike. It just have something that has an ending. Just a simple like 20 level dungeon that you just kind of go through. It's my first foray into doing something like this, so. Let me turn off view check. Let me find where view check is. Okay, cool. Just reducing stuff. Like I had in the past, I think I said about it on the other stream, was a first-person dungeon crawler that was basically, how to put it? You know the rage games, like the platforming rage games that were in the I Wanna Be the Guy style? That, but dungeon crawler. That, but RPG dungeon crawler. And my main thought on that was like it would be like the Trolls dungeon, because that's very on the nose. And it'd be You have to set up your party before going down to the dungeon. And the whole idea is that the party does not work with each other. Like there's very few synergies. And you actually don't fight most enemies. Like everything is basically just a puzzle box of a check. And you're going through trying to find like Metroidvania, upgrading your allies so that you can actually get past the random troll, when it isn't something like you walk into them sideways and they don't notice that. One of them I had, which if I ever were to do this I'd have to have it, is that you have the troll blatantly here. And like literally you could see a staircase behind him. However, the gimmick is that there are conveyor belts in front of him. And he has like 5 HP. Or like, you take him like just 2 rounds to kill him. But every time you move or do a combat action, it ticks up the conveyor belt. And every like 2 actions or moves, it'll move it. So you step onto here, combat begins. It ticks 1 on the conveyor belt. And then, like, you know, your next action, you just moved over here, and, like, combat's over, and he's at full health again. And the puzzle is pretty much to strafe on here and just look in this direction until you end up here to have your full 2 turns. It is the stupidest idea, and it's the only way I could think of, like... It's what I would think of being a, the sort of theming I would have around the entire dungeon. It's that it is kind of a puzzle game dressed up as an RPG, and it's an RPG kind of dressed up as a puzzle game, because you still have to interact with it in turn-based mechanics, but, yeah. Or as I said, like, some troll with, like, piercing eyes, and, like, he doesn't shut up about his eyes. So if you strafe into his square, you don't look at him, and therefore he doesn't engage with you. Then you strafe again to get past him. Just kind of stupid stuff like that. As I said, rage game. But anyways, back to this. Now, why is it not working for this? So, we hit wall. We hit wall. We go through wall. Oh, wait, is that the edge? That's the edge. That's why. I'm walking off the map. It's not crashing because, like, C++. And also I'm doing proper returns, so it isn't hitting stuff that isn't too bad. Okay, this is fixable. If x is less than 0, or x is greater or equal to dungeon width, or y is less than 0, or y is greater or equal to dungeon height, return false. There we go. That was the issue. Now then, I want to put a basic little up here in the corner direction. So let's go back to here. Let's go back to the render. So render background. Right at the bottom. Render facing. Switch player facing case up, break case right, break case down, break case left, break text, font text, menu text, render text, renderer, font texture, oh, main renderer, my bad. Thank you, autocomplete. Actually, it's IntelliSense, I believe, is what that system is. I don't have the money to throw at ChatGPT. I don't want to get reliant on it for when they pull the rug out and there's no more free versions. So, there is no way I would actually want to incorporate that in there. Also, I would like to remember how to write a for loop. Okay, screen width minus 32, 32, up is north. Like that's one thing that's come up, is that I've been watching some industry things. Junior developers kind of forget how to code. And that's not the thing you want with working with any sort of AI system, is because it's effectively just a... what's the word? It's not intern. It's basically a rookie developer that can output infinite code. Like it'll get close to the answer, but it just kind of requires somebody to look over it enough that it's correct. Or you're stuck in, you just have to hope you hit the button and the next time it will generate the correct code, which is meaning that you can infinitely spend money and get nothing. Okay. Look at that. Is my font an 8? As always, I always think the general thing with most AI is it's good at completing what you're typing. It's okay at completing the loop you're doing. It's pretty alright at making a function if you define every part of it. Which I've had people say, if you have to define all these stuff, you might as well just write it yourself. Which, I mean, is correct, but... But if you try to have it make a whole system, I kind of expect this to explode. Wait. We're facing north, now we're facing east, now we're facing south, now we're facing west, now we're facing north. Now I'm hitting right, hitting left. Cool. It's also technically, very technically, Extreme Horse Go. Extreme Horse Go, or Extreme Go Horse is a philosophy of don't bother trying to make anything, just keep writing stuff till it works. There's no quality control, there's no ability for you to check anything, and if one person on your team is using it, it kind of explodes. Because technically, if anybody on your team is using Extreme Go Horse, they can outcode you 5-1, and you have to make sure the database works with that. So you're losing. I just make tables by hand in Word. I find the table cells to be the best thing. Because if you use... The one thing with like using table cells is that it very much breaks off from the rest of a Word document. And then you can color it in, and then you can put other stuff. Good stuff for making readable. Okay, let's see. We're going to go back... F-A-C-E-I-N-G. So 16 times 7. We're going to have this at 0. We're going to have facing. And we're going to see that I'm completely wrong. I am using 8-letter or 8-size font. Okay, cool. But yeah, the one problem with like using AI on like production or out in the field is that I've heard it before, like AI is really great at prototyping like a basic idea for this thing does one thing, and there's already a million basic apps out there that do this, so it's like you'd be going out and just getting the basic code from that anyways and having the AI make it. The problem is that any temporary solution or idea often becomes the permanent one. So now you've made this, you show it to the boss goes like, okay, ship it now. And now you have unmaintainable code that can only be updated by the AI. Which means at any point, if the token price becomes too high, you can't fix it. So you do that in private, set it up and see if it looks all right. Then you do it yourself. Because otherwise the boss man is going to say ship it. Okay. We have collision. I should set up like a soundboard with the yay sound effect. Okay. Now then, other things. I want basic combat. So in order to have basic combat, I should probably have entities on all that. What does my structure look like? Do I have an entity thing? I do. I think you're set up to be roguelike. No, actually, you're set up to be RPG-like. So that is cool. Also set up that I could have it be initiative-based combat. What I mean by initiative is everybody says what they want to do. Dice are rolled, or otherwise it goes in initiative, or not initiative, speed-based combat. Everybody says what they want to do. The dice are rolled, and then it goes in whatever speed order, and they hit each other, and then it goes back to you make your turn. Initiative would be it rolls down to, hey, it's your turn, what do you want to do? Subtle but different. Also, I realized I don't have to write my own sorts. There is stuff in C++ that I can basically write the comparison function for sorts and call it a day, which will be a lifesaver. I should know because Python has the same functionality in how to write your own sorts. It might be slower, but honestly, I'm going over like 100 entities at most. I don't care. Okay, so we have entity, we have position, we have visible. I might keep this position stuff, if only because... yeah. But I am going to... what is my sizes on this? How big are you? You are... 577 by 80. Oh, wait. Haha. Continuous is off. You're 128 by 80. I think I'm going to have enemies be at an 80 by 80 and like... yeah, 128 by 8. And... if I need to make them bigger, I can make them bigger. So let's make a new sheet. 80 by 80 times 10 times 10. I'm going to set up a grid 80 by 80. Nice. Save as storage. Why I call it storage is so I can just copy and paste it into storage. It's stuff I would regularly want to save. Then, you know, I could just hit skip on stuff, or... if I do robot copy, I can just only do it on the updated stuff, but anyways. It's neither here nor there. Art. NPC sheet. I guess I'll call it that. Ace. For Ace Sprite. You know what? Let's do Ness. What's better? Than a basic slime? Not related. Okay, we save that. We, export this as NP sheet. Yep, that's all fine. We go back into here. We're going to go into, not top level. Heartbeat controller sets up all the stuff, but we also need to set up the construction header in order to have the, oh, well, we do have entity texture. Let's reuse that. These aren't going to be 16 by 16. This is going to be NPC sheet. Okay. Let's go back into entity. Count entity, set HP. set. Yeah, so this is for the huge amount of things. I'm going to mildly revive it. Oh, wait. Yeah. Let's revive this. It's going to yell at me. And as you can see, there's so much stuff on here. Instead, we're going to have it at the simple thing. This is going to be type location location. So the secret behind this madness sorry, one second. Is that sorry, I need to think for a second. Okay, cool. So this is all set up, and then down here, switch type. And then we're going to have like basic slime as an entity type up here. So that when it gets to okay, we get to set up all the stuff because we know what the index is. So we can now go like entity index dot HP equals 3. And then we can change what its other things are. Right now, nothing. Now this, I'm going to unclear that. And set entity only has 3 things in there. Oh yeah, I compressed location. Times dungeon width. If I ever want to have something sit on the field. I mean, technically, that could be a little interesting, is that all the encounters are set. And they still have the same HP and they don't move. That could be interesting. I'm trying to think if any other game has done that. There is, you know, the concept of, like, the bosses that sit there and do stuff. That could be useful for, like, you know, the is it on thing. That might be neat. Is it needed? Probably not. Hello. I am actually doing some dungeon crawl update today because I figured might as well get it to the point it kind of looks like a game. I've added some collision rather quickly to this and a basic facing system. The problem I had with the collision is that I forgot that you could go off the map edge. But hello, Kevin. The next part is I want to figure out... You know what, let's just do the display first and mess with the other stuff later. So right now, we have this render background. What we should also have is a void render enemy. You know what? 1 second. Instruction header. Is this importing entity? This is not importing entity directly. I'm going to have you import entity directly. I think this should be fine. It'll be fine. And I am going to be making entity. Did entity? Did I call it something dumb? I probably did. Actually, you know what? If I have a list, I might as well use the list. Yeah. No, this I already have it set up as the roguelike part, but int current enemy index equals -1. What's going to go on here is that it is going to just do a simple if current enemy index is less than 1, because 0 would mean you. Or entity list current enemy index .hp is less than 1. Return. Otherwise, we're just going to blip to the middle of the screen the enemy ID. And I'll set this up in a second to just be 1 and get all that. Okay. So we're just going to do a simple STL copy, render copy, that's what it is. And main render, entity, texture, there you are. And where we're copying from is the enemy, entity list, current enemy index dot texture square. And where are we rendering it? You know, I should probably make in here constexpr enemy render, or basic enemy render. Because maybe later I might have stuff that's bigger than 80 by 80. Okay. So, let's get back into here. And I'm going to say, how big is 80 by 80? I'm going to make you 80 by 80. Good black in there. And then I'm going to try and put this in the middle as best as possible. Cool. And get the top left corner. Actually, it should just be this +8. 7, 7, 6. Do that. Seven, 7, 6 at 5, 7, 6. And possible to remember numbers. You cool? You cool. So now that we have that, we could just throw this in here, and anytime we update later... Oh, 1 second. This is terrible and hard to fix. You just put this in front of it. So it turns it into an address, and it passes that along, yada yada. C# stuff. Okay. Render back. I'm going to. I don't want to double render this, so for now, I'll probably update this to be just render scene. Okay. Does it still work without anything set up? Well, it runs. It compiles. Okay, cool. Now then, on our main, we go in here. We reset everything. Current enemy index equals 1. Set enemy... Set entity. My bad. This will be index 1. This will be entity basic slime. You could be at 1. You could be at 1, literally. Now this should just be showing a slime in the middle of the screen because it says it's there. Oh no. Time to debug. Okay, first off, we're going to see if it jumps out early here. STD. It burns when it compiles. Okay. And we're going to just see out. Oh. There we go. Did I save over here? I think I did. Ah. Hey, Sprite, why do you do that? Let me just close this down. Oh, wait. No, don't save that. You go away. And we're going to have entity sheet sitting in here. Or NPC sheet. Cool. Cool. That is up there. Anyway, we'll find out in a second. Because the simple thing is, like, it doesn't exist, so it'll just, like, die. And this will tell me rather quick, because I'll have a bunch of debug stuff that you guys won't see. Not running that. So if I see this, that means that it's either not flitting to the right location, the texture isn't set up correctly, and it's just defaulting to being dumb. Okay, so that is running. Interesting. So I want to see... .x. .y. Actually, do I even need this? This is C. Dot width. What are you doing? Okay, cool. Ugly as sin. Will compile because it doesn't care about the white space. It's C. So it is saying 008080 on the source square, so it is doing something weird. What about you? Location square. You know what's probably going to be? I misspelled the texture location, so it's reading up a blank file and it just, for whatever reason, it doesn't crash when you bring in a file. It just like displays nothing. It's a silently failing error. Okay, what do you say? Nope, you're giving me the look. Oh! It's too big. I forgot to compensate. So this thing, it's bigger than the screen. So I'm using this square right here. So I should be subtracting 192 times 2 and 144 from it. And since I refuse to do math on stream, yep, that is the correct location. And these are indeed 192 by. Okay. Boop, boop. So it's saying 392 by 4, and that's still off the edge of the screen. Times 3. Am I not zeroing it out correctly? Probably. Oops. So it's 200. Oh yeah, that Y value is way off. No, it's 200 by 2. What the heck is going on? Okay. Let's just back up a minute. So I based it on this one, so I should just have to pull it over 2 and then up 1. Something's being iffy here. That said, I can just 1, 2, 3. No, let's just put it. Not going to fight it. I'm going to put it directly on the corner, and then I'm just going to do the good old-fashioned. That's not what I wanted. Why are you being weird? Just let me move you. Why is it being weird? Okay, you know, I'm going to just zoom in here so that I paste it in a location. When I say it's being weird, it's not allowing me to drag it. And the issue is I want the exact dang snapping of this. There we go. I'm just going to put it in the corner and offset it a bit. So this is 32 by 32. Nice. Try to quit fighting it. I don't know why the numbers are so big then, because they should just be correct. Oh well, I tried. It's still not showing. Oh, it didn't compile. I was too quick. See, now it compiled. There we go. We got a slime. Now... we need to move him 32 and a half. Or 32 plus 8. So plus 40. Almost. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And given that 32 is 4, or 80 is 4. Just to make sure. Wait, no. Eighty and a half is... No, 80 is a multiple of 16. So it needs 16 and a half. Also, the thing is on. Anyways, I'll live. So it is fitting in this little... Actually, let me... Was it the mid one or the far one I had? Yeah, okay, so it's this one. It almost feels like it's a little... Oh, this top part's getting cut off by that. Feels like this should be down more. Oh, yeah, I'm offsetting it also. Okay. This is going to get stupid. I was fighting a losing battle because the window that I use is not put on 0, 0. So now we're offsetting it by the proper dungeon. Yeah, we can do that. It didn't work because this wasn't established on runtime. So it's yelling at me and saying, like, we set all these numbers at runtime, but that other one isn't there. There we go. Exactly in the middle. Okay, I'm going to get rid of that debug code before it drives me nuts. And then I'm going to add... player attack. Void basic player attack. Damage entity. Current enemy index. 6. If entity... Well, no, actually if it goes negative HP, it'll disappear. So now that I have this basic stuff, let me get down to my movement case. Where we actually do player interaction. Okay, here we go. We got up, we got left, we got down. Just attack. If main control dot action mod 3200 equals 1. Boop. Enemy health, index. Ah, okay, cool. So This has all the stuff in it, but is that... Nope, it's not doing anything. Damage entity is not damaging entity. Okay, yeah, because this was just set up to be a basic thing. The reason why it's returning damage is if you had a set this possibility in the future that you have things based on how much damage you do. Do I have a reduce HP? No, I don't. Or, I'm just going to compare it against the HP. If it's greater, I'm just going to return entity list index.hp and then actually no. Amount equals that. Just so it can't you attack a rat for 100 damage. It has 1 HP. You heal 100 damage. Minus equals amount if and then return amount. Handle death can be carried out somewhere else. We'll figure that out. So index damage and we return. Like there should be an armor calculation in this. And other absorb, reduction, who knows what. Look, it died. Fell out. Yep, we don't need you. Okay. So then we should probably render text. Do I have a inbuilt scroll buffer of any sort? What I mean by scroll buffer, I just mean like literally multiple strings that I can output at any time. Or just text I can just put into the screen. Nope, I do not. I do not. String. STD string. I don't know if I have the basic of a scroll set up in this. Not hard to make. I do it like every other time. And I get new ideas on how I want to do it, then I do it differently. And I think I could just use my basic text wrap displayer to do it. Anyway, so void add scroll standard string new text scroll plus equals new text. Called something else? Scroll tech, yeah, of course. Void clear scroll And we just set scroll text equals that. I don't know if there's any pointer shenanigans I've been doing, but this is strings. It should be relatively optimized given how it is. Void. Render scroll. So, just to reiterate, we have a bunch of stuff down here. So, render text block. That's what I want. Main renderer. Font texture. This is stuff I've made before. And the starting X will be... let me just grab the name. Background blit dot X. And the Y will be background blit dot Y plus background blit dot height plus 8. Sure. Just to keep things consistent. That's literally all it's there for. Also, if we make it larger or smaller, we don't have to recode that. Okay, what's the next thing in IntelliSense? Max width will be dot width divided by 8. And divided by 8. Wrong divide. Okay, cool. And scroll text. And the rest of this is already set up. You happy with that? Okay, if you're happy with that, I'm happy with that. That function is a little, so it's in my render header thing I made. Or is it in this one? Oh, wait, I do have text scroll. Well, it's too late. If I get tired, I'll reuse this one. Anyway, render text block basically has some horrible things where it just blits each character at a time. And then when it goes like, hey, this next word will fall off the end, it goes back and then it grabs that and moves it to the next line. Yada, yada. It's pretty simple in execution, because I try to keep things dumb. And we're going to have Hello World. You happy? You happy? Do you compile? Oh. I committed the C sin. I forgot to put a semicolon at the end. Okay, we have a Hello World. Okay, let's go to Entity. And now we can have after the attack do I have an is alive? I should make an is alive. It's dumb, but it saves stuff. Full entity is alive. Int entity index, return entity list index dot HP greater than 0. I could make this like a horrible inline and it gets shoved everywhere. If not... Oh no, I can have is alive. That'll be fine. Entity name by type. So entity list. Current enemy index dot type plus was slain. Entity type, my bad. Please scroll back. Thank you. Otherwise, we add this. Took standard to string damage plus damage. The joys of verbosity. I don't know if you could do... Well, I know you can, but they're ugly to me. And this just gets the job done. So anyways, we're now going to be able to kill the enemy, and it's going to just... Oh, I added it at the bottom of this. Hee. So the thing about programming in header files is that you have to have everything at the bottom, or else you have to prototype. It's funny to prototype in a header file in order to use stuff in a header file, but that's just how terrible my programming is in C++. Okay, so first off, we need to clear this junk. Clear scroll. You're happy? You're happy. Dungeon slime was slain. Did I put a exclamation on that? I might not have an exclamation mark in my font. Let's check that. I think it'd be you. Alright, let me just get up the ASCII list. I don't know it off the top of my head. ASCII list. Give me that basic ASCII table. So you are after space. You are 32. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 16. So you should be... No, there you are. Wait, am I getting confused? Yeah, it says it's before all this junk. It should be displaying something else. It should be 33. This is 32. used this in the past and it's actually worked. Which is the part that's bugging me. I'm also offsetting some of this because I believe... Oh, yeah. Totally. This should be close, the left side of this. This is in the wrong spot. Let's fix this. Okay, an exclamation mark should be before double quote. Where does double quote live? I don't have double quote because I didn't want double quote. Okay, so it lives 2 spaces between... Okay. We can solve this. No, wait, I should say this is impossible. Why is it doing that? Because the issue is, once it just plants it, and like I click and it can't move, it's dead. Yeah, it's like, it doesn't want to move after. It's being so weird, and it shouldn't. Yeah, it's also eating my input on scrolling in. Something's up. Do I just have too much memory being used and it's just dying horribly? Let me see. Come to me, task controller. Yeah, my memory is being hit pretty hard. Why is... Okay, let me kill some things in the background. Won't help because it caches everything and you can't do anything for like browser stuff. Still, that's got a decent amount left. Anyways, this should solve it. And also we need to nuke you, merge you down. Nope, merge, not duplicate. I mean, I've had worse. Did I hit like a button and now the ability to paste and move is gone because reasons? Like as I said before, I hate that that might actually be a thing because somebody thought it'd be a good idea to make sure that the system completely changes once you hit 2 buttons. It doesn't tell you. I've run into it too many times to believe that, like, it's not a possibility. Anyways. So since that's a texture update, we could just run this. There we go. Cool. That bothers me. So that's really needed in a lot of sprite moving and working. Yeah. It might be also this is somehow stealing commands, because who knows, maybe they added stuff and they wanna snoop more when you press buttons. Okay. We have basic attack. The next step on this, I should at least go for 2 hours. set up the player entity. Happy with that? Oh wait, I don't need to. Switch case syntax really bothers me. Oh wait, yeah, it needs to be that. Like, it doesn't follow anything else, and I don't know where it came from. Okay, let's close that for a second. And go back up to top level. Room. Now, if this is a single player system, I can just, I'll put in here, void next actor, just enemy for now, if entity is alive, current enemy index. Oh, if it's not alive, we'll exit early. That's cleaner. It's the same on the back end. Because it's a go-to jump out of here. Okay. We'll just have it do 1 damage. Int damage equals damage. You know what? Void. Entity killed. Standard string name. Void entity damaged. Standard string name. Int damage. And then we just go down here. We copy this whole mess. Paste it in here and replace... Wait, that's wrong. Cut. Name took damage. And then we just go, entity damaged. Entity name by type. Entity list. Current enemy index dot entity type. And then damage. Which I can't spell. We cool? We're cool. Just shut up for a second. I can't leave that hanging because it screws up the IntelliSense and highlighting and syntax because... Oh no, you have an error. You need to fix that error before you do anything. It's like, it's not an error. I just haven't got to putting the last bit in. Please just let me spend 5 seconds actually putting stuff in. Boop. Boop. Okay, that's neater. So... Damage entity, 0, because that's player index. 1 for giggles. Entity is alive. 0, because that's the player. And I'll just type you in. I could change later. Or, I should do it right. Okay. Else. Add scroll. You have fallen in battle. Why don't you like that? Did I spell it wrong? Oh, yeah. Thank you for putting that up right where my thing was so I couldn't copy and paste that. That's very nice of you, Toast. I want stuff doing less just random bullshit whenever it wants and more like, hey, you can click to open this up and it's like at the corner of the screen and you can notice it and you don't have to like have it cover everything. Okay. So if we change that to 1, oh yeah, we don't have any HP set up on us. So we attacked the slime. It took 1 damage. Add scroll. One thing I have to check, does my sprite renderer care about, no, it doesn't have new lines put into it, so... Ooh. That is the old school way. Like, sometimes the OSR philosophy of combat as a fail state is kind of interesting, and like in dungeon crawlers. Yeah. Okay. You have fallen in battle. I might need to tweak some of that text a little bit to make it more readable. But it's an 8x8 font, so it's not that readable by default. Also, it's funny that lines up. Okay. Let me just, let's give ourselves 10 health. Did I not compile? Okay, it ran. Interesting. What's going on here? Dungeon slime attacks. You have fallen in battle. Okay. Damage is 1, HP is 0. Oh! The setting thing doesn't set up a player. You know what? Save my tired fingers. So, what would I want to do for this actual system? Okay. Oh no, I closed my command window. 1 second. CD programming, CD stream dungeon crawl, main.exe. You took 1 damage. And now we can slap fight. Now then, let's have a very simple lock so you can't move while in a fight. When I say a very simple lock, I'm going to check to see if current enemy is alive. Entity is alive. Current enemy index .hp greater than 0. If current enemy index is greater than 0, and so that we could probably do that. Boop. Else. Combat, or I guess it would be NPC mode. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah. I just need to see if the entity is alive. I don't need to check it myself. Okay. Well, what don't you like? Oh. There we go. Thank you for adding something I have to immediately delete. It's really cool. Okay. Oh, nope, I can still move. Ah. I have that reversed. Now I can't move. Now I can move. So, a simple thing I could do is on the after move step, which I should make. Let's do that. Do I have one already? As I said, this is technically my roguelike code. So I might have a post-player move step. I do already. Let's reuse that. So jump back in here. And put that here. And we can simply if rand 16 equals 0, current next set next int index equals set next. Oh, that's a void. Let's fix that. It's the only reason you should... I know why I did that before, because I didn't care where its index was. Now I do care. Oop. Current entity index equals set next entity basic slime 0, 0. Don't really care. I hate hitting them. Really? I hate hitting magic pixels too. Like, as screen resolution increases, the ability to properly select like pixel-wide gaps for programs decreases. Because your physical screen size is staying the same, but the resolution in it is getting bigger. So therefore, a pixel gets smaller every time. Okay, let's walk around. Actually, is it rolling properly? I didn't put... Did I actually put it in there? I do have a post-player move. I might as well just set it in here. I should have the randomizer pulling off of startup time as is. Cool, I have my debug. Smack, smack, smack. 8, 15, 9, 13, 9, 7. I should have made the number lower. We're not doing this. Okay. 8. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. And then we go boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. Technically, this is functional now. I mean, just make one big mega dungeon on one level. And somehow code... Well, no. I know the cheapest way to do this. I have fallen in battle, but I can still attack. The cheapest way to do this... Oh, that was weird. Is it checking my health for display? Okay. entity name by type. Entity list, current enemy index, the entity type plus stands in your. All right, I'm going to check that this works, then I'm going to show the disgustingly cheap way to do this. Oh, what don't you like about this? Ah, okay. I see your game. If I am going to do that, I'm going to put that all the way at the top. It's not dependent on anything, so I could just put it up here. I mean, I could also put it in the construction header. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Now we have the encounter popping up. So, as I was saying, the most disgusting way to do this in the cheapest amount of resources. So we have our dungeon. Now, instead of having, like, you know, individually packaged floors, like we have this one, and then we have this one, and then, you know, we put them inside of an array, and they're all separate from each other. I say no. They are all one giant list of them. I don't even have a dungeon floor or anything like that. And, like, this is one thing. All the staircases are just teleporters. I mean, technically, this is how it all works in memory, because memory is just mildly sequential, and you're just telling where you're going anyways. But I won't have like a floor count or figure out where you are. I'll just have a line and say enemies are stronger past this line. And even going further than this, instead of actually having stairs, we don't have stairs. And the dungeon just arbitrarily gets harder once you get past the line. It's literally the DQ bridges increase difficulty thing. So the cheapest thing is just to have this giant array, a 2D array, and going past certain points just makes things harder arbitrarily because you pass this line. And this says use the harder monster pool. That would be the way to have the simplest to implement dungeon. And it'll just be one floor. And given that the setup of this game works off of having every entity in here, I could put spike tiles that is boss and have these all set up on the initialization of the game. So you step on a tile, it doesn't roll. It checks to see if there's an entity at that location. And if there is, it puts you into battle with it. Because if there's an entity that's alive at that location. So my roguelike code that I had before will also take care of bosses, because once you kill them, you can step freely on there. You can't run away. That'll just literally be the thing. You can't run away, or otherwise you do like what you do in like Etrian Odyssey, and you just take a step back or step forward, or however you moved onto that tile. And given that I do have a previous location set up, I can do that. But yeah, that would be the dumbest way to do it. I don't think I want to do it this way, but the idea is kind of growing on me. But anyways. So what do we have so far? You smack slimes. You see what direction you're facing. You technically can die. And then things act buggy for no reason. Wait, why did that only take one hit? 1, 2, 3. Now the slime stops showing up. But you encounter them. Weird. Okay, let me check in there. I think maybe I'm referencing player HP on accident. Okay, so render enemy. Okay, let's just less than 0. Oh, I see what's happening. So, since player is a since 0 is a valid location for it to set next entity, it sees that 0 is filled out. Okay, I'm going to put a little thing in here. 0 is player index. So otherwise it's going to overwrite that. That's the bug. The bug is that player's index is a valid index. Boop, 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 boop. I have fallen in battle. Dice. There we go. So yeah, that fixed the player getting overridden, though that should never happen. That's kind of funny, though. You know what? I think we're going to just render out some player information. So back in here. Void render party info. Main render font texture. This would be 0, 8. $128. I don't care. The text will be, however, get name entity name. I say. NT. Standard to string. I find it funny, and I know why, but most old games didn't bother printing out max HP. The reason is, like, kind of obvious. Like, why bother? Like, any attempt after that is just quality of life, but it's just funny. Okay, cool. Because seeing max HP 99% of the time, or most of the time, doesn't matter. It only matters, like, if I heal, and most games you see low HP, you heal. You don't try to top up. Oh, I don't have that set in. That's why. I need to put that in here. Cool. Because 1 HP is all you need. I should move that up one. Thank you. That's really helpful. Just cover up my entire screen. I guess it is I have it so that 00's top corner, so yeah. There we go. Look at that. Want to have something fun? Int R equals 256. Actually, R I don't... I need to have it. List 0.HP is less than 0.max HP divided by 2. G equals 0. B equals 0. And we're going to pass this into the coloring. Something I don't usually do. RGB. If I want to save picoseconds, I put them up in there. Is it rendering as black now? Oh, it would be. No, it should be rendering as white. Do I have this backwards? Not rendering at all. Oh. 255. There we go. It was going over, so it was doing weird stuff. So now... Look at that. Red HP. Spooky, scary. Now we're dead. Okay. Well, this is technically playable. Things that could easily be done is adding more enemies, though they don't do much difference. Hello! Not sure I can really pronounce your name. I apologize for that. But hello. So, current status of this... Let me just restart. We can no longer walk into walls. We can smack enemies for 1 damage a hit. They smack us back for 1 damage. It is a player-first system, but that doesn't mean that I couldn't have ambushes where I just say, like, you know, that pop-up stands in your way and then, or makes an attack instead of stands in your way and you take food damage. Death could be easily implemented of restarting the dungeon. I'd have to set up a function that is reset everything. Currently, it's a quite simple 5x5 that's just to test the rendering engine. And it's a one-on-one battle system. Well, that's fine. I've never been the fan of one-on-ones, even though I do reference Dragon Warrior 1 a lot in how I think of things. I like having the party, because also that allows for more story and yada yada. That said, it wouldn't be hard to implement multiple party members. I'd have to change the entity list and how to set new entity functions. The other thing that needs to be set up in this is some sort of equipment system. Now, that would probably be players only, so I'd have to do stuff like check to see if the attack is going to a player thing, and then factor in player equipment, which I could keep. I could do it like Dragon Quest. You keep inventory for equipment in the bag, in an individual bag, and then they just factor in the defense and all that. I mean, what would be a good defense? Well, if I'm trying to keep this simple, I'm thinking the simplest equipment system is straight up just increase your HP. Now, it could be less silly by saying, like, you got multiple equipment slots to, or a storage of what it is, and you can actually get the equipment out of there once you equip it. Either way, the simplest system is just to increase HP instead of having like a soak mechanic. It also allows you to see bigger numbers later and get a sense of progression that way. And also the next part would be putting like doors and stuff and like having the you know, actually, let's get that in there. Let's try to get this like maybe to 2.5 hours. And then I'm going to try and go and do some things, because I need to do a little bit more this weekend. And a lot more next week. So, okay. We're popping this up. And we are going to the dungeon tile sheet. Why are we going to the dungeon tile sheet? Because we're going to make it bigger. So we're going to double its size. No, we're not. Wait. We're going to double its canvas size. That's width. Times 2. Slap that up at the top. And are we going to fight with... This is not copying right. Yes, we are. Did I don't know. I don't like that this is happening now. But anyways, I could just put this into a new layer. Paste it. I can't move it right away. But then I can just, you know, V-move it. Awesome. Don't let me do that. It needs to be in a macro in order to do that little shenanigan stuff. Yeah, the scrolling's being weird. Let me turn some of these off. I doubt it's this. I think it's just that a browser's loading too much. Now... Oh, it's not like... This is why I don't want it to be... Oh, yeah, thank you. Just... Copy, paste. Yep. For the love of God. Stop doing the things I don't expect. I selected down here, so it's like, oh, you want to copy this entire layer instead of the pixels in the layer. So now we got a copy of this. Also, why I'm doing this is so I can mark the corners so that I can actually put it in there correctly. Yeah, this is bothering me because it's crap. It's dumb stuff that's like not working anymore because no good reason. Nope, that wasn't it, buddy. Okay, let's go off this direction so I can actually ease this in. Why are you selecting like that? Weird. Too much weird stuff today, and I don't want to deal with it. Okay, cool. So, why I have that? So that I can drag this underneath here and actually pixel in some doors. Get in here, Nest Palette. So what do I want a prototypical door to look like? Also, I should mirror this. Reset to center. I should have set it to view. Why are you off by one? Ah, because you're off by one. So now this should be exactly in the center, or I mean in the corners of that pool. Now, what should a good door look like? I want to turn on my stabilizer at full. Ooh. Truly perfection. And I'm just going to put this in here. And a little bit wobbly. Make it look like it has some texture. Wobble, wobble. Okay. So we have one. Now for this one we need to shrink it down. Once again, I'm going to start being rather mad. I can't do basic. Now it's working. Whatever. Okay. So we're going to do this the cheap way first. And resize until... Sure. Okay. Now, here comes something funny. Oops. Oh yeah, thank you. Okay. So we move this over here, and this is supposed to be the same size. First off, get it nice and snug. Then we fit it in like this. Can I do pinches? Yeah, thank you. I love undoing all the work I just did because I tried to do something. Okay, anyways. I think I'll just fix this up by hand. Let's turn that off for a second. And we can cheap this by just moving everything down one. Now that we have that, we select, we paste, we flip. Now it's working. Okay, maybe I did close enough things. And we have that. Okay, we can merge down. Now this is going to suck. Because this is a more fine-grained one, and also I'm going to have to do more work on it. So first off, squish. And then it's so dumb, but it works so well. Then we're just going to have to flip that over, but yeah. So this is our door sprites. How we're going to tell if something has a door is going to be based on if you can see that block, and if your directionality doesn't match, matches what I'm going to call like door bits. Which are going to be, well, what do you expect? They're going to be literally door bits. This is what I want. No? Can I just hold a button to actually get that set up? Okay, let's do something like that. Okay, we fixed this. It's not going to be pretty. I'm just getting this roughly done. I'd rather have... Maybe I should, as I said, maybe I should finish this. Like, I've had the thought maybe I could just stream a little bit more and I'll try and get this monstrosity finished on stream or something. Actually stream during weekdays. Who knows? Oops, I didn't want that. I wanted that. Okay, now for the last one, which is going to suck. Just to see. I mean, as I said, I just want to get this cheaply done. Maybe I'll do it like a game jam. Now, this is a funny one, because technically you would only see half of this. Just due to perspective. So I'm going to stretch it. Then I think I could just get away with squishing it. Why is this only half? Because think if you're standing in a hallway and a door is perpendicular or parallel to your view on the wall, and you're standing directly next to it, you're only going to see half of it at best. But yeah, maybe I'll game jam this or something. Maybe an hour or two a week. On weekdays. Just get it done. Get something in there. Like, I don't want this to be like, hey, I'm going to sell this on Steam. This is my first time doing any, like, dungeon crawler, so that's a little disingenuous for me. Like, even with my VGen, I try to do it 3 times. Mostly so I could figure out the dang price. Behold. Oh, I didn't do this. Where'd the other door go? I could redo this. Please, thank you. Well, this will give me a good first attempt at something. Just do during weekdays, I guess. Why not? Don't have a reason not to. That's like putting time to other things and doing them off stream. I'll think about it. Because I've always been thinking about like just doing short streams during the week to get things, programming things done. Not necessarily like the end-all be-all. Okay. And I suppose I could put my bad, terrible code online for people to look at and be afraid. Okay. So we have this saved. Now then. Const x per sorry. Up door, i.e. you're viewing it straight on. An up is going to be 1 shifted 1. Const x per int right door is 1 shifted twice. I suppose there should be an equals in there. Const x per int down door is equal to 1 shifted 3. Why am I shifting it 1? Because the very first bit is going, well, the very right bit is going to be, hey, is this a wall? Left door shifted 4. I'm going to bring this up. What I mean is you have 5 zeros or 1s here. Also, technically, I could like compress these into 2 to give me 4 directions, but not everything has a door, and I am extremely lazy. But this bit is going to be wall here, and this is up door, left door. So what I do when I compare, I'm going to compare to see if my facing is currently equal to one of these. If it is, that means I can see the door. Then I'm going to see if my facing plus or minus mod is equal to one of these, then I can see that door. First, I'm going to do it, so can I just see that door? So I'm going to put this up here. Oh yeah, you can actually walk. Yeah, I forgot I did it like that. So this is going to be plus up door. Or ORed up door. I think at this level it's not going to be much of a difference. Anyways, so back in my terrible render background method, every time it goes into here and it sees that, like, hey, we have some data. So this is going to show our walls. Technically, every door should be visible, should be on a wall, but I'm just going to do this. And I'm just going to move on the ones that are in our straight on view, so this is our forward. If dungeon view 1 and shift down 1 and player facing, we will render the door, which is simply going to be exactly this. And it's going to be so we are here. 0, 1, 2, 3. So the width times 3, which is 12. And this is stupidly hard-coded. Disgustingly hard-coded. But it's what we're dealing with. And there is no version down here because that's left and right. And all I want to have right now is that I can see the door looking straight at it. I'll fix the other ones later. Oh. That is wrong. Is this facing west? Well, it's supposed to be multiple tiles away. That said, yeah, I think I should eat lunch and get some things done. But the next step is figuring out this stupid bug, which I'll probably do off stream. This is funny. Because you can't even see it, like, it's right here. The door is right here, but it's like it's offset by 1. So, I'm going to fix that. Okay, let me fix that first. Oh! Plus, am I off by that? Let me make this 8. Like, my direction is completely off. But that door should have been further back. So let's do that. Nope. Oh, wait. I did it too fast. There we go. It's off by 1. I think this is off by 1 also. So I'm standing in this, and this should be, yeah, something's off by 1. Like, it should be that for this door. However, it isn't. Like, I should be seeing it at both these spots. Okay, anyways. With that, I'll say thank you for joining. Yeah, maybe I'll continue a little bit more at this. I guess I do want to stream it till it's finished. Maybe that'll be in a couple weeks. If I do some streams midday or something. There's some other things I want to work on, but I should eat lunch. I should take care of the chores, but yeah. That I'll hit the magic buttons. Boop. Say thank you for coming, and have a good rest of your day. Also, shield bottom right of screen, VGen open. Going to be adding some more stuff to there over the course of the next few weeks. But, yeah. Anyways, goodbye.